Hey guys, I wanted to do a quick video about holiday survival tips as we're getting close to Thanksgiving and the holidays in general. I have a couple of notes written down, so if you see me looking over here, that's just it. But I hope everybody is doing well. I know some groups are more communicative and some not, but I hope that if whether or not you're choosing to be communicative in the group, that you feel like you're getting something out of the group. So a couple of key tips for Thanksgiving. I'm not sure how many of you guys are hosting versus going, but you want to make sure you stay active, okay? So I find that more important this time of year is you want to make sure you're moving your body, especially day of a holiday, right? So this might be something you want to do before or do after, but especially to balance off the fact that likely, no matter how good you are, feel like you're going to be indulging more than you likely would normally. One of the biggest things that I always say to people is remember that Thanksgiving, Christmas, Hanukkah might be the only one that this doesn't work for, but Kwanzaa, I think it works for. It's just a day, right? It's just a meal. So treat it that way. Eat breakfast, depending on whether your holiday dinner is more towards lunch or dinner, but make sure you eat breakfast so you don't go wherever you're going not satiated, or with the mindset of, oh, I'm not going to eat breakfast so I could eat more wherever I'm going. If you're cooking, try to lighten up your recipes as much as you can. I posted a link with some stuff obviously now, but some basic stuff I'm gonna post as an article about ways you can swap out things for chicken broth or swap out things for oils and butters and sugars and stuff like that. So where you can swap stuff out, that would be great. If you're baking and doing things like that, there's other flours that you can be using as opposed to, just wheat or semolina flour or just plain white flour. Try to police your portions as best as you can. So just look at your plate for what it should be, right? Protein, fiber, fat, less sugar, right? Less grain. So make sure the bulk of it is protein. Make sure you have some vegetables on your plate. Make sure you have a good fat on your plate. Maybe you have some nuts or something like that. Try to watch, obviously, the alcohol where possible. Vodka, tequila are your best choices as opposed to the sugary wines and beers that will just, kind of give you too many carbs. So try to skip the seconds if you can, or take seconds of the things that you know are better for you, right? So proteins and vegetables as opposed to mashed potatoes and stuffing. Choose the best bets when you're on the buffet. So choose the things that work best for you. And as I said before, balance your portions for the things that you want to splurge in, like dessert or something, right? Savor your meals. So whether this is a family you love being with or friends you love being with, or the opposite, try to focus on the people that you're with and less about the food. So savor the foods that you're eating. Obviously, as I said, go easy on the alcohol. One of the biggest things is to be realistic. You're going to eat more. So the important thing is that you make great choices in between the holidays more than anything. And if you're the person who's going to somebody's house, bring stuff that you can eat. This is something that I learned a long time ago with my kids with food allergies, that I had to make sure either A, they were fed before they left with food that they could eat, or B, they had to bring meals that they could eat. I found that with the holidays as well, we tend to do the holidays at my in-laws' house, and Thanksgiving is at my house, so I can control it at my house. But at their house, I just became the vegetable girl. I, was the one who converted them all into liking Brussels sprouts and string beans and things like that. And I just brought that, and the bulk of my plate is proteins and that. And I certainly have stuffing and mashed potatoes and stuff like that too. I just have it in smaller portions. And that should go for dessert as well. By all means, try the apple pie, try the pumpkin pie, whatever it is that's eating based on what your goals are, but just have them in smaller portions. And most importantly, enjoy the holiday. We're going to come back in January to do another group. So keep that on mind. And right now, the goal should be maintaining, not gaining. So take the core, that will become super important, or the trim tea or the trim cafe. That's going to be your savior over the holidays, probably as well as Axe. Make sure your vitamin D levels are up, magnesium and calcium. That will be helpful as well. And reach out if you need anything, okay? Take care.